Hello, everybody. It's Ezekiel once again. I got you all, didn't I? All right, Jimmy, can you please make sure that everyone's here? Don't worry, Ezekiel. I got you, bro. I got you, man. All right, let me start from over here. Let's see. I see all you back here and down there. I can't forget all you little guys. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I got all of you. A tree? Cool. And I think that's everybody. All 71 of Cauldron? Are you okay? Just leave me be, please. Okay. Let me get back to my spot over there. Hey, Shelly? Why are you all closed up? Are you okay? Oh, okay, Ezekiel? All 71 of us are here today. Thank you, Jimmy. Now, it seems that a couple of you aren't in a really good mood right now. So if anyone who's in a bad mood wants to leave the room, or maybe I could postpone this meeting, then that's fine. Oh, please don't stop on my account, Ezekiel. Even though some people think I have no control over my emotions, they are completely wrong. Well, alright, if y'all are sure. But just remember, if any of you are having problems, you are more than welcome to come to any of us to help, including me. But that's entirely up to you. Now, this meeting is not to only celebrate 12 years since the Easy Puppet started, with me and Zeke's first video. We're also going to hear a couple of backstories. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while, not since the circus folks shared their backstories. And the ones who are going to share their backstories today are Tibby and Rampy.
All right. Come on, Rampy. It's our time to shine.
Oh, yeah!
Now, our backstories are kind of the same, honestly. Because Rampy and I were neighbors. Zoo neighbors.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you and Rampy both came from the zoo.
We sure did, Jacob. And Tibby and I actually end up at the zoo in different ways. Me and my family used to live in the wild before we got captured and got brought to the zoo. While Tibby was born in captivity.
Captivity? What does that mean? Good question, Grayson. Now, when an animal is born in captivity, that means instead of being born out in the wild like animals usually are, I was born inside somewhere. In this case, I was born inside the zoo. Hey, that's kind of like me, Tibby, because I was born inside a theme park.
Me too. Well, kind of. I was born next to a theme park, but does that still count?
We'll Google that later. Now, despite living inside a zoo, and not a lot of space inside my enclosure, I was still pretty happy living there with my grandma. I used to have a mom and dad, but I don't know. It seemed like after I was born, they just disappeared. And whenever I tried to ask my grandma about what happened to them, she would quickly change the subject, like she doesn't want to talk about them for some reason.
Yeah, I feel you, Tibby. It can be really difficult not knowing what happened to your family members, or your friends, or other people that you care about. Kind of like me not knowing what happened to my parents.
Did they disappear after you were born too?
Actually, Cheeky, no. When my parents disappeared, I was still a kid. And in order to tell you about what happened with my parents and how I got separated from them, we need to tell the story of how Tibby and I first met.
Oh, yeah, you did say that you two were zoo neighbors. So, since you two lived next to each other, I bet when you first met, you became the best of friends, right? Honestly, Paul, the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, when Tibby and I first met, we weren't on good terms with each other.
Oh, what happened? Oh, we'll tell you what happened. We'll tell all of you what happened. Now, I was playing with my ball on my side of the pen,
And I was playing with my ball on my side of the pen.
and I threw mine way up high, and then my ball ended up on his side of the pen.
And same with mine. My ball went up so high that it went on his side of the pen.
And when I tried to catch his ball with my claws, I accidentally popped his ball with my claws.
And when I tried to catch his ball with my horn, the horn popped his ball.
And we know that it was an accident, but because both of our balls popped, we got really, really mad at each other.
So mad that we declared each other enemies.
Oh, I don't like that word.
I don't like that word either, but I had to say it to tell the story.
Oh, I get you, man. Wait, so that's how you two first became enemies? Because you accidentally popped each other's balls? Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And we were little kids. We were young. We were foolish.
And we weren't in our right minds at the time.
And then, how'd you two become friends?
Well, it started when,
It's fine, Rampy. Just like Ezekiel tells us, you don't need to tell us if you don't want to.
It'll be fine, Tibby. In order to tell the rest of this story, I need to tell everyone this.
Okay.
Well, it happened about a year ago after the whole ball incident, and, well, it was just like any other day at the zoo, and something happened with my parents. Like, they went completely nuts one day and started charging at the glass. Huh? Yeah, I think it was because they couldn't take being inside the cage anymore. Because, of course, we all used to live in the wild before we got captured and put in the zoo. So maybe being in that enclosed space at that amount of time caused them to go completely nuts. So after they kept banging the glass, I don't know, it just broke somehow. And my parents were trying to get out of there, and I guess they were so desperate to get out of there, they completely forgot to get me. And then the zookeepers came and got all these ropes and tied them up. And they took them somewhere. And I just thought that they were going to take him into a room and calm him down. But a whole day went by and my parents haven't returned. So I don't know what they did with them. And I don't even know if they're still alive.
Tra-la-la, 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 tra-la-la.
You know, whatever she did, it made me feel less sad. Well, thank you, Trolla Tree.
Now, this is the part where our friendship started. Now, the night after that incident happened, I saw that Rampy was looking really, really sad because he missed his parents and he was wondering what happened to them. So I snuck over to his pen and tried to comfort him and make him feel better.
And that's how we became friends. Because of Tibby's kindness.
Yeah. Someone must be cutting a bowl of onions in here. Whoever's doing that, make it stop. I'm cool. I'm good now. Now that we know the part of how you became friends, now I'm wondering, How did you two end up living here instead of at the zoo? Well, how I ended up here is all because of my grandma. Now, my grandma felt bad because I was all cooped up at the zoo instead of going out and seeing different places and meeting new friends. So, my grandma signed me up to go to Camp Stripe, a camp for animals that have stripes. And that's how I first met Zippy.
Hey, yeah, I remember that fateful day where I first met Tibbo. It was on the first day of Camp Stripe, and pretty much everyone was picking on him because he was small and also because he was a predator. So, I decided to stick up for him and tell all of them to stop bullying him.
And that's how our friendship started, right, Zippy?
You know it, Tibbo, you know it.
And when I returned to the zoo from Camp Stripe, my grandma had a suitcase full of my things packed for some reason. And she told me it was because, well, she wanted me to go live somewhere else. Somewhere where I can be free to go wherever I want and do whatever I want to do, instead of keeping me at the zoo all the time. I was sad to leave my grandma, but I knew that wherever else I was going to be, I can always contact her through telephone or email. So your grandma sent you here? You got it, Puffy. Now, while I was at Camp Stripe, she was doing some internet research, and she happened to look upon Zeke Linderman's YouTube channel. And when she saw that there are a bunch of animals living here, she thought that this was a great place where I can stay, where I can be surrounded by a whole bunch of new friends, and a place where I can be free to do whatever I want. But what about Rampy? How did he end up here?
After that incident about what happened with my parents, Tibby was pretty much the only friend I had there, since all the other animals at the zoo were too afraid to go near me because of what my parents did. And when Tibby left the zoo to come live here, I felt truly, truly alone. And I think that's how I started doing this. Boo, 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 boo. To comfort myself because I didn't know how else to handle my feelings. Yeah, we get you, Rampy. Yeah, it can be really difficult to handle those kind of big feelings by yourself. And it can also be difficult for other people to know about my feelings. Because when the zookeepers first started seeing me doing that, they were afraid that I was going to end up like my parents and go all wild and crazy. Which is why they sent me to live here. So I can be away from the zoo and away from all the animals because they were too afraid of me.
But I hope you will always remember, Rampy, that no one here will ever be afraid of you. Because we all know you. And we all love you, my friend.
Aw, I love all of you too. It's so comforting to know that there are people around me who truly get me. Well, thank you for sharing your backstories, Tibby and Rampy. We really learned a lot about you today.
Glad to do it, Ezekiel.
Yeah, thanks for letting us share our backstories, one-eyed guy. I get it. I get what you did there. Well, that's it for this meeting, everyone. Thank you all for coming. And for anyone who wants to share their backstories about their history before they came here and how they came here in the first place, just please let me know, alright?
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully whatever's going on with a few of you, I hope things will get better. Well, that's it for this meeting, everyone. And happy 12 years of the Easy Puppets. Toodles. What a great Easy Puppets meeting. Gee, I hope more Easy Puppets share their backstories soon. Oh, Zeke! When did you get here? Hey, Jimmy. I've actually been here the whole time. You have? Yeah, I never miss an Easy Puppets meeting. I'm just more in the background or somewhere where the camera can't see me. Is that right? That's right.